It is time to talk about our settings yet again. It's been a month since I last made a settings video. We have had many patches and I have definitely changed my camera settings and tweaked some game settings as well. Guys, preset is of course going to be competitive. Shot assistance. This is a crucial one, guys. EA said that they are going to reward precision shooting, right? And I do not argue with that. I know some players who use precision shooting inside the box and they convert more chances compared to someone who is using assisted, right? However, the risk versus reward simply isn't worth it for most of the players out there, and I wouldn't invest my time into learning precision shooting. I would stick to assisted for now. I want you guys to keep your shot assistance to assisted. It is even better for the long range shots, which are still very overpowered in FC24. Timed finishing. I don't care who you are. I don't care what is your skill level. Timed finishing needs to be on. If you ask me for a quick tip that would immediately improve your attack, that is timed finishing, guys. When your time finishing is on and you're hitting those greens, the chances of scoring the shot goes up to 25% with green timed finishing. You need to learn it. Next up, we have through pass assistance. It is set to semi, okay? You do not want to use manual. You might think you are Chavi, but you are not, so keep it at semi, okay? Lob through pass, semi or manual. Lob through pass. Now, some years I used to keep it at manual. Even in FIFA 23, I was, just playing around with it. Sometimes semi, sometimes manual. But because with the long ball trade this year, I keep it at semi. You want to use players in your midfield who have that long ball trade, because when you have that long ball trade, you will be able to do those crazy L1 triangle balls, LBY balls on Xbox, and the result is going to be absolutely lethal. So keep it at semi, okay? Ground pass assistance. Now I have heard that semi this year is very good on ground pass, right? I used it myself. Personally speaking, I have not used it. I have not tested it. This is not something I am looking forward to test, because for me assisted ground passing works well, and I always believe in one thing: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we are going to keep it at assisted. There is one more crucial setting that I'm going to show you in a while for players who have delay. Let's talk about crossing, guys. I kept it at semi in the last setting video. I've been using semi for as long as I can remember, 5-6 years. Semi, crossing always semi. Manual is just not worth it, right? But this year, because of the whipped cross play style, assisted is very good, especially when your players have that whipped cross play style, which most of your fullbacks do. I usually cross the ball mostly with my fullbacks or my wingers, right? But mostly with my fullbacks, and they have that whipped play style. Whipped play style in combination with assisted is absolutely lethal. Lob pass assistance once again is going to be assisted, right? Same logic as the lob through pass assistance. Pass receiver lock. This is the setting I was talking about, guys. Now, lately I had a lot of delay. When you have delay, you want to put it to animation start. What this does is simple, right? So if you are aiming your left stick towards the left, it will register immediately towards left. Even if you decide to change it at the last moment towards the right, it will still take your first initial input, that is left, and your player will pass the ball left. Now sometimes when we have bad gameplay, what happens is that, okay, in our head we point the left stick up and then we try to take the first touch towards the empty space, but to our surprise the pass hasn't even registered yet, because player took forever to pass the ball. Because he took forever to pass the ball, now we have lost the ball. So if you have incredible input delay, then keep it at animation start, but most of you guys who are living close to the server, keep it at late. Precision pass sensitivity. I thought precision passes are absolutely bullshit this year, and boy oh boy was I wrong. I am being honest, I really don't use the precision ground pass, but the R1 square, RBX on Xbox, guys, that pass is absolutely game changing. I recently talked about it in a video. That pass is game changer, and you just want to keep it at normal. It gives you more control. This pass is already very manual, already very difficult, so you don't want to go with high. Keep it at normal and practice with that. Clearance assistance is going to be set to directional. Remember to clear the ball this time around with the circle button. Do not clear the ball with the cross button. Go with the circle short button to clear the balls, okay? Defending, there is no debate anymore. Tactical advanced. You might have watched 100 videos on this topic. It is absolutely clear 1 month into the game. Advanced defending is what everyone wants to use and everyone should be using. If anyone on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere else is telling you, oh, this tactical defending is better for the manual player or the beginner player, I mean, guys, they're absolutely clueless. Either they are clueless or they are ignorant. Advanced defending gives you the ability to shoulder barge, and you want that ability. It will not affect your defending, it will only add to your defending, and you want to use advanced, you do not want to use tactical. There is no debate about it anymore. Pass block assistance always going to be on. Sometimes they do that shitty animation, but that is what happens. You always have some pros and cons, but let's talk about pros. This has a massive advantage when you keep it on compared to off, right? Switching on air balls and loose balls. Now, some people, some pros, I must say, prefer it manual, and that is good. They like to have full control over the pitch, but I have been using on air balls and loose balls for as long as I can remember. And like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. On air balls and loose ball, and I recommend most of you guys to keep it at either only on air balls or air balls and loose balls. Do not ever keep it to automatic. Only keep it manual if you are confident and if you are a pro. Auto switching move assistance is going to be none or low. I always keep it at low. Right stick switching, we have tons of options. No bullcrap. We are going to keep it at classic. Right stick player switching reference is going to be player relative. If someone is once again telling you use ball relative, they don't want you to improve to your maximum ability, to your maximum potential. Player relative is the way to go. That is better. That makes more sense. It is more logical, and you want to use player relative. Your right stick switching sensitivity is something they added new this year, and I absolutely dislike this feature. I feel it was perfect as it was last 2 years. So I have heard about 7, 8, 9. It gives you more manual control over your right stick switching, but the margin of error is greatly increased. If you slightly point the right stick in another direction, even slightly, then your switch will be simply wrong. So you want to keep it in between 4 to 6, I feel, but still, if you feel you're very confident and you always make the perfect switch, go with it. It is not bad. I have kept it at 5. 5 is good for me. Next player switching, I keep it closest to ball. But if you feel like, okay, when you click L1, your switch isn't right, your second man pressing isn't good, go with classic. That means that is what you have been using since years and you're used to that. Good enough for you. If you ask me, closest to ball for me is more consistent. That is what I use. Player lock, the most important, the most game-changing feature on FC24, the biggest attacking move you can have in your arsenal. You want to learn player lock, your boy has made a video about it. If you don't know how to do the player lock, go check it out. Guys, player lock is always going to be on like timed finishing. You want to learn it. It doesn't matter what is your skill level. Orbit dribbling off or on doesn't matter. It's a shit feature. Save assistance is going to be semi. It's assisted. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work in online. Analog sprint off. Trigger effect off, off, off. There are a couple of camera settings that I keep changing between. In fact, there are 3, okay? In recent videos, you saw me using 10 height, 5 zoom, and sometimes I put zoom to 10, 0, okay? 10 height, telebroadcast, zoom, 0. This is what it looks like in game, right? Today I went back to my FIFA 21 camera, that is 14.6. See, it depends how am I feeling. If I want to dribble more, if I want that close control, whenever I want that close control, I go with 14.6. It is more zoomed in, it allows for better skill moves, it allows for better 1v1 defending. But if you are someone who struggles with passing and so on, you want to use telebroadcast with 0 zoom, height 10 or 15. That is absolutely perfect. 20 gives you a bit too much of a helicopter view that you don't want. We have talked about settings. We must talk about custom tactics. Now click here to learn 71 depth killer custom tactics.